It's one of our favorite times of the year, on one of my favorite days of the year. It's yard sale season, but whether you're throwing your own or you're trying to find deals, you want to get the most for your money.
Joining us with tips is Christian Lundy. He's the owner of Fancy That Antiques in Wilbraham, and he joins us with tips. So nice to see you, Christian.
Hey guys, happy tag sale season, right?
Yes.
It's one of your favorite times?
I love it.
Yeah.
Mine
There's
too.
nothing better than someone else's junk.
Yeah,
I love it.
My grandmother used to take me around as a young child, and she'd stop at every single one in southeast Wisconsin, and it kind of drove me nuts. But actually, you know, that's how I got
informed
into
you.
the antique business, believe it or not.
So let's talk about our own homes first. Let's say we're going through our closets. We found that we have enough stuff that warrants having a yard sale. What do we need to know to get the most bang for our buck when it comes to the yard sale?
Okay, well, if you want to have a successful yard sale, I suggest preparing. Preparing is really helpful. One thing you can do is to make things efficient, because a lot of people are going to be coming through asking for prices on a whole smorgasbord of pieces. So what I suggest to people that want to do it is set up a couple tables, like a $1 table, a $5, a
table.
$20, maybe $50. If the items are too big, put some stickers on them, like color coded, like a yellow or green or whatever it is, and just put have your colors down.
What about advertising?
Advertising is very helpful. So if you take an ad out in the paper, it will go on Mass Live too. A lot of people go online for Mass Live. You can do Craigslist, but you don't get the best return on that. But for a $30 investment in the paper, that's key. That's very helpful.
That's not bad. And you can probably do, Craigslist and all the other community sites. I've seen there's also yard sale websites these days too.
Oh, I gotta get into those.
Right.
I didn't hear about that.
There's an app for everything. It's
really
awesome.
I need to make an app for the shop. Jeez.
And what about day of? What do you need to know day of?
The day of, what I like to do, I've done in the past, is put like your nicest pieces on the tree belt or in your yard, just to get some draw.
Yeah.
So people will see, oh, that thing's cool, and they zoom in, and then maybe if it's not for them, they'll look at the other things for sale that you want to get rid of. Another thing I want to suggest is don't price your items too high if you really want to get rid of them. I just don't like bringing things back in when you really want to get rid of them during spring cleaning.
Now let's talk about going to yard sales, because that's my favorite part. This whole planning business, not for me. But going to the yard sale, what do you want to be looking for?
Well, whatever suits your fancy, really. If you're looking for something that you need, you can look in the paper or just stop at all the tag sales. There's a lot of things out there that, there's some really cool fish out there.
This suits my fancy. I'm sorry. I really like this.
You really do like that thing.
I think it's really wild and awesome.
You can throw a smartphone in there too, and it makes for one heck of a speaker system.
I'm a huge fan.
It really does.
Fish.
Now I don't want to get rid of it. Jeez.
Yeah,
that thing's great.
you just drove up the price. You didn't bargain well on that
Yeah, I
one.
was going to price
cool
it at $10,
this
but I want 40. 40 bucks, actually. 40 bucks.
You also have to get there early, though, right?
Yeah,
if you want to get the good stuff.
There's some people that really hound people, and to get in before the sale, if you can, great. If I don't really bother people with that, but that's when you get
because that's
first
annoying
pick.
for the people who are throwing the yard sale. I remember my family threw one year. It started at 9 o'clock. People were there at 7 o'clock.
Yeah, it's annoying. I suggest, if you're really aggressive, go for it, but otherwise, don't even bother the people. They're busy.
They're trying to set up.
What are we looking for on the items? I remember we always talk numbers. What number do we want to see on silver? What number do we want to see on gold?
Okay, so I suggest bringing a magnifying glass or like a jeweler's loupe. Obviously, something like glass is usually not marked. I wanted to talk about this piece because I wanted to know if you two knew what this thing was. If you have any ideas.
I would say decoration, but is it for a candle? No, it's got a cork.
That's a good guess, Seth.
Like a taper? No.
A very miniature fish tank.
Okay, this was
It's
given.
got a hole in it, Seth.
Well, it's a space-age fish tank.
After we bought our house, this was given to us by the realtor, and it's actually a vintage fly catcher. So the flies, you'd hang this up. The flies would fly in through the hole here. You'd put some soapy water in here, and they kind of get stuck in there. And this is called Vaseline glass. This item is not labeled anything.
It's got a fly on it.
Oh, there you go.
No way, look at that.
Good eye.
Maybe you should be an antique dealer.
Very
next
good
year.
eye.
I just noticed that you probably should have. Saw that as a hint.
So things that are marked, we don't have a magnifying glass here, but that's marked. I don't know if you can see the.
1925.
1925.
Yeah, it's okay. So
Or
925.
925,
It's a really small mark. So
Oh,
magnifying
925.
glasses help. But
Yeah.
so this is sterling versus a silver plate. There's $150 versus $5. So it's very helpful to bring a magnifying glass and kind of know what you're looking for. Mm-hmm. So a lot of people don't know. They might price that at $3 and.
Well, you hear those stories about someone who got a painting for 50 cents and it turns out it's worth $1 million.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
Picasso or something
So
like
it is
that.
a treasure hunt.
It happens. It's out there, and that's why people they're excited to go.
And then you'll look really cool with your magnifying glass going up to things,
Ooh,
you
what am I
know?
looking
That's if
like-
nothing else, you'll be the coolest looking person shopping at the yard sale.
Another thing I want to suggest, if you want to buy, if you're looking for a bunch of things or you see several things at the sale, bulk them together and say, hey, can you do a deal? Like, let's
Great
do a
idea.
whole deal, and then you can buy cheaper that way. And it's just advantageous to try.
Yeah.
They can always say no.
Yeah, worst case scenario, they say no.
Yeah.
Christian, love it. Thank you so much
Thank
for
you so
stopping by
much.
today.
Thank you
I
for
cannot
having me.
wait for yard sale season.
Maybe we'll catch some flies. Thanks so much. Thank you so much, Christian.
So a lot of